welcome to beautiful Malibu, California. So this is the official start of our Interstate 10 highway trip, which we pretty much planned specifically to escape winter, number one, and number two, because we've never spent much time in Southern California, Arizona, New Mexico. It's time for us to check out what's going on in the rest of the country, because we spent a lot of time in Oregon last year, which was great. We love our home state, but now it's time to check out some new places, something that we like to talk about this time of year, which is our favorite adventures of 2023. That was the previous year. For those of you that are just joining us, you may be watching this from who knows what year. Number 3. What would that be for you?
So we kicked off the year with something that we've never done before, which is a relay race. Actually, you did a relay race in the past. It was my first time. Plumb crazy. If you don't remember, we were on the coast and we ran. I'm not really sure where we started, but we ended up in Coos Bay, Oregon on the coast.
It was Roseburg to Coos Bay, 62 total miles, 13-ish miles per person on the team, and it was an absolute blast. It was way more fun than I expected.
Yeah, I think the reason that it stands out to me so much is that I pretty much gave up on running for the last 2 years. I mean, literally gave up on it, and a friend of ours reached out and said, I think this could be really fun, and we're like, we're game, and we had such a blast. We had such a fun team. There was 5 of us. It was beautiful country.
The people made the difference, for sure.
The people made the difference, and we camped that weekend. It was just all around a really great time. I think it was April of 2023, so it was basically the start of, we're done with winter, let's get on with spring and summer. It was a good way to kick off the year.
Yeah, camping on the coast in Coos Bay on another very lovely campground right on the water. We couldn't ask for much more than that. It was the perfect kickoff to our activities for the year, because to that point it had been pretty cold. We hadn't gotten out much, but what a fantastic way to start. That was really fun.
So coming in at number 2, it is our weekend at the dunes. And what I think makes this one especially special is not only the people that we went with, but we were planning on going to the Redwoods, had planned it for a whole year in advance. Smoke season happened, the campground we were going got closed down. We had no idea what to do. Our friend just out of the blue said, here's a campground on the coast, let's give it a shot. And it was the most spectacular weekend. To be perfectly honest, I did not know dunes like that existed in Oregon. Like, of course there's beaches, there's the coast, but it was like miles and miles of dunes, of sand. You could just get lost, but we just ran, we hiked, we went to the coast. It was sunny, the stars were out. It was just a really perfect weekend.
Yeah, you couldn't actually get to the beach that we went to without
hiking
traversing
2 miles.
Yeah, 2 miles across the dunes was what you had to traverse. On the way back, we just started running and running and running, and we felt like kids. I haven't honestly felt that excited to run in so long, and it really was one of those rejuvenating weekends when people always talk about, oh, I went away for the weekend, then I came back more tired than I started. That wasn't this. We felt so rejuvenated, and we both immediately got into race mode, started training more, started running more, and it all started with that weekend at the dunes. Why don't you tell us what our number 1 adventure of 2023 was?
So we agree on this, that our number 1 adventure...
We agree on all these.
Yeah, that's true. Our number 1 adventure was riding the rim at Crater Lake.
30-some miles with thousands of feet of elevation gain and loss, which was really fun. Pedaling all around the lake and kind of working hard on it. It was not an easy thing to do, and we planned to camp, but unfortunately we had to fly home to Chicago. Literally, we drove home that same night that we finished it. Then we got on a plane first thing in the next morning. So we had no time to rest, no time to really think about what we'd done until we got back and looked at the footage and realized just how much fun we had that day. They do say that with something like that, with that kind of effort, you get done and go, I'm never doing this again. And then you look back a week later and you go, I can't wait to do that again.
I think feel that.
That kind of happened to us on this one.
So I think this was my harebrained idea to ride the rim of Crater Lake. It ended up being such a beautiful time, and it was kind of even more special. My grandma had passed away. We had to go back to Chicago a few days later. And one of my best memories is when she visited with my folks and we went to Crater Lake. I think she was 90 at the time, and she had come and she had such joy looking at Crater Lake. And I felt that the entire ride. So it was hard as it was, all the elevation we weren't prepared for, I kept that in mind, but what a special day that was, and I think that's probably why it topped my number 1 as well.
We went for a run in the hills here earlier today, and we wound up at a seafood restaurant, and you're going to take a look at that right now if you enjoy this run.
It is perfect weather today, so we're going to hit the trails, go for a run, and get some fish tacos. We've had multiple people tell us we had to go to this fish restaurant. We went there, I was like, I'm gonna go for it, and if I don't like it, Phil, just eat it for me. So I got fish and chips. It was dynamite. Like, even the French fries were probably the best French fries. And I have to say, I was expecting it to cost an arm and a leg, and the prices here are more affordable than back home. And
Yeah,
for
very
that, I'm
reasonable.
a little bit irritated, but excited.
Absolutely. Well, my fish tacos were absolutely amazing, and I'm gonna go back there tomorrow because I saw that shrimp tacos, and I want more. That
Yeah.
was delicious.
Well, the sun is setting, so I guess we better get going.
You're all finished.
I'm all finished.